Have you ever been made to feel guilty because as a parent, you are carrying out your child's home exercise program as per their pediatric physiotherapist advice? Hi there, it's Neesha from My Favourite Physio. In today's video, I'm jumping in to share with you a father's experience when he was trying to carry out his home exercise program as per our advice for his child. So this father has a little boy who we see. The little boy is 4 years old and he has cerebral palsy. He's classified a level 2 because he's able to walk without any walking aids, but he needs support when he's trying to climb up the stairs by holding onto a rail. This little one has a very ataxic walking pattern. That means he's very wobbly and his balance is not great. He can't lift his foot up properly, so he was often tripping on his own feet. His cerebral palsy affects both his arms and legs, so that means that he's also, very uncoordinated with his arms, and when he runs, he often is falling over. So one of the first things we did for this little boy was to put Dictus bands into his ankles. So these are bands around his ankles that will hook to his shoes to pull his toes up, so he's able to clear his toes when he walked. So he could walk heel, strike, foot flat, and push off. Now, it is very hard to achieve that walking pattern without that external support. So while we're strengthening our muscles, we need to have the Dictus bands on all the time when he's up and about. So that means that he has to wear his Dictus bands and shoes to childcare. His father sent him off to childcare with it, and within the first day, the childcare teacher said, "Those bands are very hard work for him. I don't think you need to do that. I think you need to stop because you're making it very hard for him." And so the father felt really guilty and bad for doing that. He felt like he was a bad parent for sending his child with these bands on his ankle because it was hard work for him to walk. And so his childcare teacher actually said, "Is it necessary to do this? Because he's not in a wheelchair. He's not that bad, so you don't really need to do this, do you?" Which again made the father feel really bad inside. So when he told me about it, the next time he came to physio, I basically advised him 3 things. And I think this might be helpful for those of you out there who get the guilt trip put on them by other well-meaning people as well. So the first thing is to remember the perspective of the person who's talking to you. So the well-meaning person, in this case, the childcare teacher, their perspective is that the child is not severe in their cerebral palsy because they're not in a wheelchair, therefore they're good enough. So there is no need to even try to improve their walking patterns. Doesn't matter the fact that he falls over, doesn't matter that he's wobbly, doesn't matter that he can't keep up with the other children in the playground. She just feels it's unnecessary to make him work hard. So I said to the father, if you actually turned around and said to her, if this was your child, would you settle for him to be walking the way he is? That is always a good question to ask the person who says to you what you're doing is not necessary when you're trying to help your child achieve their best potential. I will bet that the parent on the other side will be saying, "No, I won't settle for my child being the way they are, wobbling around and falling over on their face." So as a parent yourself and go, well, what's their perspective? I respect their opinion. However, this is my child and I want the best for them. And so this is what we're going to do. So that brings us to point number 2. When you're being questioned and you're being made to feel guilty for participating in therapy to help your child improve, ask yourself what's the goals that you're trying to achieve. So in this case, we were aiming to improve his core strength, improve his walking pattern, improve his leg muscles so that he could walk better, run better, and not trip and fall on his face all the time. Once you realize your goal, then you realize the action steps that we have to take, then you'll feel comfortable with the fact that you have to persist through it. The third point I say to this father is remember that practice makes progression. So as we practice each step, we will get better and we will make progress towards our goals. It's not perfection we're looking for. We just literally need to practice every day. And putting his Dictus bands on his ankles will allow him to practice every step, every day that he takes. So once we get in our own head that the perspective of someone else is well-meaning but not suitable for our child, the goals we set is still the goals that we want for our child, and ultimately lots of practice doing the right thing will help our child improve, then as a parent, you will not feel guilty, and you shouldn't allow anyone to put that guilt trip on you. So I hope that's helpful for those parents out there who often may have well-meaning friends and family tell them that they're overthinking things or over paranoid and that you're doing too much. That's hard work for their child with special needs. If you would like to speak to one of our expert pediatric physiotherapists about how you can help your child achieve their goals in gross motor skills, why don't you ring us here at My Favorite Physio? The number to ring is 0297904233. And if you know somebody out there who's feeling a lot of guilt because of well-meaning persons and families who say what they want to say about their child, why don't you like and share this video with them? Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.